Tropical Storm Chantal made landfall this morning along Litchfield Beach. It's been a rainy and windy start since. Meteorologist Alex Cordero has the latest on the storm. Alex.
That's right. We are now starting to see a cloudy setup in the wake of what was once a very rainy and windy setup. The camera you saw earlier was Florence, which is dealing with some rain and wind, but really at the moment, it's just that, some rain and wind. The bulk of the activity is now starting to push to the north-northwest rather steadily. So, in case you're just waking up and you're tuning in, the center of the storm moved over land over Litchfield Beach again at roughly 4 o'clock this morning. Afterward, it started to quickly push to the north and weaken as it did so, and you can see in a moment as soon as the clicker works with the graphic here. Let's see. It's not doing it, but I promise you, you will see that the overall movement continues to bring the bulk of that rain activity off shore, or at least further inland. Here, it's going to look a little awkward, but I'm just going to walk off screen so I can control this by using the keyboard. So what's ultimately going on is the storm circulation is now right along the border belt, or at least a little south of the border belt, I would say, probably just to the east of Mullins a little bit, with wind gusts of around 20 to 30 miles per hour in areas like Lumberton, Whiteville, Laurinburg, Myrtle Beach, still looking at gusts of around 30 miles an hour. North Myrtle Beach had a gust of 36. North Myrtle Beach, by the way, had the strongest gust of the day at around 48 miles per hour. Now, the circulation itself is still rather lopsided. But again, it is progressive. It is pushing to the east or north-northwest, and it should be out of our hair in short order. Here is the cone of the forecast for the next few hours. As you can see, it gets north of the border likely before 2 o'clock, and then it's over the Piedmont into Monday morning. And then afterward, it's gone. Here's a look at the rain totals that we've seen since Saturday morning up until around 6:30 this morning. Honestly, I know it's been a few hours since 6:30, but there really haven't been a lot of changes. So the storm totals have remained largely unchanged. Conway picked up around 3.3 inches, North Myrtle Beach around 3.2. Areas across the Pee Dee, not so much, because again, it just hasn't rained all that much. On the full forecast, we'll time it all out, have a look at your full forecast and all the heat coming next week.
As we're still monitoring conditions since Tropical Storm Chantal made landfall, ABC 15's Jenna Warner is joining us live now in Myrtle Beach. Jenna, what are the conditions like where you are?
Well, I can speak to the wind. It is so windy that my eyes are wandering. Honestly, it's even so forceful that I almost feel like I'm going to be blown over. It's blowing the sand as well. But now, since we have a different wind direction, is more parallel to the beach, we aren't seeing as high of water levels. The water isn't being pushed onto the beach. We're also approaching low tide, so that does mean that we're seeing the water farther out. With that being said, we are still seeing a lot of breaking waves. Things are very treacherous still at the beaches. There's not many people out here, and like I was talking about at 7 a.m. this morning, compared to Friday, the 4th of July, these beaches were packed. But today, there's maybe a few people out here, people kind of gathering chairs and making sure that things are together on the beaches, because it is still windy out here. As you can see, things are getting blown around, and my eyes are definitely watering. There's not many people out here because of the wind. They actually had to take the flags down above the pavilion because it is so windy. On top of that, they're putting out double red flags now. That means that you cannot enter the ocean. That's just how treacherous beach conditions are today. If you are in Myrtle Beach, stay away from the beaches. Reporting live in Myrtle Beach, Jenna Warner, ABC 15 News.